All right. All right. It says live. All right. Templeton, you have to turn your screen on.
Yeah.
We're staring at ourselves.
Hey, y'all. Hey. I know that. Here I
There we are.
The non-techie girl. Sorry, guys. All right, we're here. We did it. Oh my gosh, we like stretch it, and so I'm not pointing at all you guys. If it seems that way, I'm pushing buttons. How is everybody?
All right. So are we on to audiences, right?
We should be good to go. I know that I am officially on our YouTube channel because Sweet Hans just sent us a heart from our YouTube channel. Hey, brother Hans, how you doing, darling? Thanks for chiming in and being here with us with our Stable Feed family. I just get to be a guest. I'm just gonna I'm handing the floor over to my beautiful kindred spirit sisters.
So while Olivia types whatever it is she's typing, why don't you tell everybody just a little bit about you, who you are, what you do, how long you've been doing it, all that.
Okay, who am I?
Yeah, that is the question, right?
That is the question.
Who am I?
And I'm seeing more beautiful families showing up. Our brother Mark Clark, our sister Vicki Lynn Smith. Vicki's coming in from my Facebook page, I think, and Mark is coming in from YouTube. So hopefully we're finding out that that everyone is also coming in through y'all's Stable Feed, wonderful Stable Feed page.
I'm writing
working on that.
I'm straight, so I just had to type the title.
All the things.
Otherwise.
So a little bit, I mean, you're so sweet, Mary. I'll just say this first and foremost, everybody, and I think I'm looking at the wrong side of my phone. I'm streaming from phone today because I do want to let everyone know, you guys who do know me out there. Hey, sweet sister Carol from the UK, yay! And I'm just so grateful. So I put my Stable Feed ball cap on. I got my overalls on, y'all. I was determined to do this from outside in our backyard so y'all could all be seeing our precious beloved children and seeing how bright and shiny our Janie and our Boski are because of our beautiful Stable Feed family. So I have to say that. And we had weather coming, so unfortunately it's not worked out. But we'll do more, right? We're gonna do tons of these. We'll do some
other days.
But just long story as short as I can make it, I'm a singer-songwriter. My husband is a singer-songwriter. Sam was going to be here with us today. He is not feeling well today, so he is just chilling out on the couch and trying to get some rest, but he's fine. He's fine as wine. Look at that dot. But we have both been in Nashville as professional singer-songwriters for going on, it's over 30 years now. We've been doing this a long time. He moved to Nashville, and I think 89, I think that's correct. If he's watching, he'll correct me, let everyone know, but I think that's right. I moved in 1992. And Sam, it's just what Sam knew he wanted to do. It took me a second. I was actually going to go be a lawyer. I actually went in and I come from a long line of amazing attorneys in my family. I can't say enough wonderful about them. And they were all encouraging me to go that direction because, I think I wasn't quite brave enough to go, but I want to go make music. See, that's what I want to do. I knew it in my heart and soul. So I actually took the LSATs and then canceled them the day of the test, actually, and promptly moved to Nashville right after I graduated from the University of Virginia. So I've been here since 92. Like I said, Sam since 89, and we've both had professional writing deals on Nashville's Music Row for years and have had songs recorded by folks like Reba McEntire and Jody Messina, Montgomery Gentry, Brian White, Little Texas, Cherie Austin. And now we're really grateful we have this beautiful Australian music family. They say Australian, right? Australia. And so we are so blessed to get to write with our beautiful Australian family all the time. And we've been getting cuts and singles and some number ones on Australian country music over the last few years. So grateful. Yeah, the pandemic, what we were doing, right? We were all doing this. And that's still what we do now. We write with our beautiful family halfway around the world almost every week still. And My man Sam's working on a new album. Beautiful, sweet Mary and beautiful, sweet Olivia, our stable feed family, so supportive of that. Helped spread the word about my man doing his Kickstarter. And so he's in the middle of working on his new album. And I guess 2 years ago during the pandemic, still, I released I don't remember what number that is. I think it was my 7th or 8th album. I should know these things. Who am I? Backup album. So yeah, and we're just grateful. We're grateful, and we get to make music for a living, and we get to find beautiful souls like Mary and Olivia in this amazing world of horses and music. Music and horses, it's my heart and my soul, and I'm just grateful. Yeah.
So then I don't know, I have my little questions for you, but I guess for us, why don't you say how you found us? So, because I know you
That was fun.
pay very close attention though to also to your health and the health of your other animals and things. So it's not just, it wasn't just we're a horse feed and supplement company, that you found. So
yeah. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, I know, and Olivia, you and I were talking about this the other day too, because our baby boy Bo, who we have our big beautiful baby boy Bo and our big beautiful baby girl Jane, our beautiful quarter horse babies. They are 24 years young, the new 8, 2 weeks apart, half brother and half sister. And our baby boy Bo has sarcoids, and it's something that we have been working to, figure out how to heal, how to control, how to maintain, how to get rid of those little boogers, and he started getting those, and y'all probably will be better with me on this too, because I've been going back. This has been great, working with Sweet Mary and Sweet Olivia to help heal our baby boys' sarcoids from the inside out with their amazing boosted chia spirulina stable feed product. So, but to even go back a little bit, conclusion is, for years I've been trying different things, all natural things. I've never gone the route of any of those really harsh creams that I've heard about. They scare me a little bit. I never did that. Our vet from many years ago, where Bo's initial sarcoid started, it was a little nodule right, kind of in the corner of his eye, on the right side of his eye, under his tear duct, little nodule. And so our vet, she biopsied that one day and came back, of course, benign as could be, no big deal. And she gave us some ideas of homeopathic ways to help, to help heal that. And so about 7, 8, 10, however many years later, we've tried a bevy of different things. And this past summer, I honestly was kind of like, God, there's got to be something else that's going to really heal what's going on with our baby boy. And I really want to really boost his immune system. I know that that's very necessary in taking care of our big 4-legged children. And so I was just randomly searching different new things, because I'm always curious about what's the new thing. But there's something I don't know about yet, right? Because we're always learning, always growing. And I found stable feed, and it was so cool. I read this whole article from our beautiful stable feed family about their boosted spirulina chia. I'm like, oh my God, that's going to be it. So, like I do, I just figure, why not reach out? I mean, you never know if you don't try, right? And I called stable feed, and Mary answered the phone. And because I'd already been kind of stalking her on the internet, learning about the company, and just all about their beautiful, beautiful company and their beautiful products. And I said, "Are you the Mary? This is the Mary?" And she said, "Well, yeah, I'm Mary." And y'all, I can't say enough wonderful about my sweet, beautiful kindred spirit sister. We were instantly sisters. And she spent, Mary, I think you talked with me for, I don't know, God, an hour at least.
An hour, yep, about Bo and the frustrations and the whole story, and maybe exploring, maybe working together, doing something that, because music, I think, is a universal language, crosses a lot of barriers. And so for us, getting information out is important. That's what we need to do when you're a very small company. And so it just seemed like taking that universal language of music with someone who's got a voice like an angel, and
Oh,
helping with the horse, proving out that this could work, that this could be a really, really happy partnership.
mm. I'm just amazed, and I'm grateful that the girl in me, the woman in me that is not afraid to just ask. I figure you don't know if you don't try, because she's back. I kind of lost her there for a minute, and you have literally helped us get back up, Mary and Olivia. You really have, and it was a big ask, you guys, for everyone out there. I just was like, is there any way, we do music for a living and we really niche in the horses, in the horse world, and you think there could be some way we could work together, and so it's just that reminder too, make sure you dream big always, because you just never know, right? And this has been and continues to be the most beautiful symbiotic relationship. I love these women. I love their products. I believe in what they're doing. We really are kindred spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Parallel, I think, and what we do for a living and what y'all do for a living, there's so many parallels, and we're just trying to do good in the world, right?
Yep.
Take care of our babies.
Yep. So I can't remember if it was my mom or my dad. Somebody at some point in my life said the answer is always no unless you ask.
Absolutely.
So
Yep.
you can always guarantee it being no unless you ask, and then it might be a yes. So
Yep. I'm just grateful. I love you guys. And hey to Pam, sweet sister Pam and Dee. Hey, I'm just so grateful. Are comments coming through for y'all too?
Yep, we're seeing them. Yep,
we see the same thing you see, I think.
Yep, we're seeing what you see. Yeah, we think we're seeing what you see. We don't know. We're new to all this. She's a celebrity. We're just blending up feed with the mad scientists here, creating stuff for horses.
Wonderful. Well, I can't wait till more, because y'all know I've been shouting it from the mountaintops about your amazing products to everyone we know already, and new folks we meet, and I just believe in it so much, and it's been really fun and continues to be fun, so much fun to document this journey, and
But I think we have pictures. Do we have pictures?
Well,
or
yeah,
is that
I
later
did.
on?
I was gonna say, yeah, we don't do it.
I'm going to go ahead and click they'll come up.
But yeah, I guess I'll also say if anyone has questions. So one topic, Templeton already kind of touched on it, but the main topic we were going to kind of talk about is the boosted spirulina chia, which is actually great. Oop, there. It's backwards.
It's really hard to do.
Well done.
This area.
Nice, with the little black dot.
Yeah. Is the one that she's referring to. That basically, I tell people this all the time, that we used to joke at vendor events and stuff that, oh, the spirulina did everything but cure cancer. And then Mary always says, but then sarcoids started falling off of horses. I'm like, that's interesting.
So it cures cancers too.
Yeah, so it does that too. Yeah. So yeah, it was was Mel's horse the first horse that it happened to? Yeah. So it was just a local lady had a quarter horse. I'm pretty sure Izzy's a quarter horse that had a sarcoid on her jaw. And I remember her coming in being like, I just took this picture and I realized it's not there anymore. Or she had documented it. It's not there as much anymore. But the boosted, the difference, the boosted has 10 grams of spirulina in it and the regular has 5. And the boosted is the one we suggest for the sarcoid horses just because it provides the extra boost. No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. Yeah. To help with those horses, just to get, I hate to say get the process going a little faster, but kind of.
It does. It creates just a little bit more of an immune response in their body, which is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we had that happen in 3 horses, right? Where the sarcoids just sort of disappeared. So I thought, we should do a vet study. Love my vet. We've got a fantastic vet. We have several good vets around here, but I love my vet. And she had just returned to the area, so she had a little extra time. She was pregnant at the time. So I said, would you be interested in doing a vet study? And we gathered up, got all of the paperwork together, got a group of horses with sarcoids. She'd go out, she'd measure them photograph the sarcoids, confirm the sarcoids, do all of those things. And then we provided the spirulina product. And at that time, we didn't do the boosted. I just did the regular for those horses. And in the first month, we had 69% of the horses just have their sarcoids disappear. So we had others. We ran it for 4 months. We intended to go 6, but the baby came early. So we did 4 months. But overall, the results on the horses were just spectacular. So we had one sarcoid, only one out of 22 tumors that really didn't show remarkable change. The rest of them showed, on average, about a 13% change from month to month as they began to resolve in these horses without causing any pain in the horses. No side effects were recognized. Nobody had any complaints. There were no ill things that happened with the horses too. So it was a really exciting thing to do, to be able to actually, do a study that says, it actually really does work, right? Even though we can see it on 3 horses, now we have a vet who's mapped the whole process, and and we can say definitively that yes, this is the difference. This is what does it.
Yeah. Well, and someone asked, how long did it take approximately for the sarcoid to go away or fall off? It really depends. I know that's a terrible answer, and it's kind of a frustrating answer, but it really does depend on the horse. Even Bo's, which is Templeton's horse, it's very much, yes, you can see it on the outside, but how far does it go where you can't see it?
Can you pop up the pictures, Olivia? And we'll show this in pictures. Olivia's going to share a screen.
Well, first, here's Bo's where he started. Not started with us, but this is like the most extreme, basically, what Templeton found. And you can see the nodule above his eye, and all the hair missing.
And on his cheek too.
Yeah, it goes down his cheek. And then he has some underneath. But again, at this moment, you don't really see that. It's one of those things where, especially these flat, what are the flat ones called?
Occult.
Would that be what this one is then?
I don't know. I'm not a vet, so I'm not going to diagnose the type of sarcoid.
The flat ones, basically. Yeah. I don't know any way of other describing it. There are horses that get basically like patches of hair missing. And those ones, for some reason, seem to travel a lot farther than we think they actually do. Like, it's not just that flat spot. Would you agree? I mean, we have quite a few of them where it's like, man, just fill it with hair already. But so again, these are just kind of older ones. So you can see in the winter, hair does, fill in, but it's these small areas that still remain.
These are new from. Oh wait, no, they're not. No. Never mind.
And then there's 8. 822 is when he started on the boosted, and so here you even can see on his jawline. And then he does have a few of the nodules down there at the kind of the lower part. And
the interesting thing about this one too is that, and you can see it as the process goes through a little bit better. In the reading about sarcoids, some of the sarcoids follow the vascular, the veins in the horse, right? They'll move along the vascular system because, they're feeding, it's blood flow. They don't all do that, but some of them do. And the more Bo clears, the more we start to see that appears to be what the sarcoids that he's dealing with have done. At least one version of it is that it's followed the venous processes down his face. So that starts to become more apparent as we go through the process.
And then this one's kind of a nice trio of pictures to show what we also see with this is, I basically call it shedding. But you can see all of a sudden it kind of looks white, like crusty. I know some people hate that word, but crusty, and then it flakes off. So then you're revealed with kind of like the darker skin tone again. And then it gets crusty and then it flakes off. I mean, we in theory think that's
not in theory.
Off, but I guess I don't know how much we can claim.
we biopsied that tissue. Yeah. So before I put Olivia into this, I was doing most of the sarcoid work. So I would do things like pay a vet to go and biopsy flaky, crusty tissue because I wanted to see, what is this made of? Is this sarcoidosis or is this something else? And basically what it was is just the sloughing off of the dead sarcoid cells. So the product works by bumping the horse's immune system on several different levels. And the first thing it does, and people think the spirulina does the work, but it really is not in sarcoids. It's the Manuka honey that really does the heavy lifting with this. Manuka honey at a high enough grade has some properties that allow the body to recognize that there's an irregularity in the cell, that there is something in the body that doesn't belong in the body. And that's the first step for the body trying to be able to clear it. It has to know that it's there. So that is the first step in this process is the horse eats this, and when it eats it, it trips caspase and it trips this recognition. And all of a sudden, the cells go, oh my gosh, what's that doing here? And once they recognize something that doesn't belong there is there, it can be bound to a protein molecule. So the spirulina helps with that part of the process. So it gets bound to a protein molecule. And when it's bound to a protein molecule, then that irregularity can be destroyed. Until it's bound to something that the body can actually take care of, it just sort of free floats around in there and has a little party. So what we're doing is we're helping Bo's body recognize that you have this thing in here and it doesn't belong here and it's causing problems. And then his body is taking care of it. To me, it's a very exciting process. It looks like it's slow, but when you stop and consider that we're dealing with things on a cellular level, there's quite a bit of clearing that goes on day in and day out with the horse's body, and it either comes out through the skin, depending on where it's there, or they pee it out. It just is excreted through liver, kidney, all of those things. So for me, it's a really fascinating process.
Oh, and then Templeton, do you want to put those back up? I actually added.
I'm sorry.
I forgot I added the extra slides there. So
here we go.
And the way I do this, I just have so then 12 is still on there. So you can kind of reference the back past. But there again, the white that you see is that.
And you see it following the venous process. That's where you could really see that it's tracking right along down the vein of his face.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we're losing, and I noticed in that kind of lump that was above his eye, kind of right towards the corner on top, is definitely going down, reducing in size.
Because it, not to interrupt at all, but it's amazing to me how it used to really flare. It seemed like it would always flare. When we get warm, it would flare. And, we've had we're having 80-something degree days all of a sudden, kind of this crazy weather, and we're going to get cool again. But it's not. It's just, it's happy. And it's looking so great. Oh, and look, okay, you were right. I'm learning the technology. I didn't mean to pull that out so fast.
You're good.
We're learning fun just with the techiness of it.
Yeah.
Cool. But
yes.
Wow. Yeah. They're the experts, but it's really wonderful for me as mama, to see the progress. And I did want to also say too, if anyone out there, because anyone out there who knows me and Mary and Olivia know me, our Bo is our child, our Jane is our child, all of our four-leggeds are our children, just like with Olivia and Mary. And, our vet comes out and she's overseeing, she sees what's going on too. So I'm definitely making sure that we're doing all the right things. If anyone's going, hey, are you having your vet look at, absolutely. In fact, our wonderful, amazing vet is coming out tomorrow and they're getting their teethies floated.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's important because we're not vets. It's why we can't diagnose the sarcoid. We can't, provide actual medical advice, but we can talk about our products and the experience with the products. If somebody wants to know exactly which sarcoid they're dealing with, the vet can do a biopsy and you can send that to a lab. Most of the time it seems that you'll get 3 or 4 different types of sarcoids in one. So, but they're just nasty, ugly things. And So we get really excited when we get really gross pictures of horses with sarcoids, and then we get the pictures of the horses clearing.
I was gonna say here. Well, can I? I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull one more.
Absolutely. Y'all don't mind me pointing at you. I'm not.
This. So FYI, this is
If you're
gonna be.
squeamish,
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna remove this one, and I just added another one. I don't know.
Oh, I see. Think. Have I got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So this is not newer, but kind of. It was just a girl who posted on Facebook and tagged us and was like, "Hey, just to let you know, here you go." And obviously, this is an amazing testimonial for us. But the 623 is when she started the boosted spirulina. Her horse has had this sarcoid since it was 2 years old, and now she just messaged me. I believe this horse is 17 now. So she's been dealing with this horse's entire life and has tried every single treatment under the sun for it. And to even when she did this post, I saw someone comment, "Well, have you tried this?" And she goes, "Did you not read that I said I tried everything?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this horse, I'm pretty sure, I think I snooped around on her profile once, but I mean, this is a working horse, and I'm sure, you get vets and stuff that want to make comments on it, especially when you're showing and things like that. But I mean, this progress till now, she just sent us an updated photo, but still 1 January of this year is where the horse is at now. And she's like, hair never used to grow in that spot ever. Even if the treatments where they, like you said, would burn them off and cut them off and all that, hair would never grow there. And so now she's getting hair growth there. So this was kind of a cool one and a very impressive one at that.
Wow.
you don't have to do anything, right, Templeton?
No.
I mean, you just open up the box and you put a scoop in their food bucket.
You got it.
It's highly palatable, so they might smell it and go, "Oh, what did you put in my bucket? This is new." But it's highly palatable, and so I mean, they love it, and it's really that simple.
Yeah. You guys, I mean, I can't say enough. And I also wanted to say too, because I wanted to bring up my vet, and she's amazing. I adore her. I even tried, and more than anything, I just wanted to say, make sure, because I know, it could look like some folks could go, are you working with your vet too? And are you, talking? Absolutely. But I want to say, this is the best supplement that, I mean, seriously, this is what's working. It's really amazing, because I've even tried different things through my vet, who was wonderful. And again, I love her, but things were still happening. Things were still showing up. And now I just feel like we have it so maintained. And like y'all saw the photos that they were showing of our poor baby when all that hair is gone. That's just, I know to my soul, we know this. I know it. It's going to stay this year. I know it, because he's healing because of this beautiful product and all these products from the inside. And y'all, seriously, if you are considering getting some of these amazing products, I just want to say, I know they taste freaking amazing. I'm just going to tell you.
Your water.
I've got carrot chia biscuits sitting right here, and I will sit here and eat one and just tell y'all how yum. I mean, it's amazing. It's like the best carrot cake you've ever smelled or eaten in your life. And I eat our kids' supplements. I totally do. I put the boosted spirulina chia in my water. I try to drink that every day. And I mean, some of y'all maybe seen some of the videos I've made out with our kids, unboxing and doing all that kind of stuff. And we have so much more footage in the can that I can't wait to get together and show all of y'all. I mean, literally chasing me around the pasture because they're so excited about their stable feed products. But from day one, they can't get enough of it. I mean, they lick their bowls clean and love the taste. And I have to tell y'all something really funny. Speaking of this, which kind of has nothing to do with anything, but I think it'll make everybody laugh. All of our horse parents out there. So I guess I went out to feed a little too late the other night. So our kids must have been kind of like sort of sleepy, right? And they were chilled.
Good.
And I can now tell y'all that I have seen our baby girl Jane. I've many times have seen my baby girl Jane eating angry. We call that because when we were on the road with baby girl and performing at events all over the country with her, this is her, one of her Briar models right here, and we were going all over the country together. She would, when on the way home from trips, we could see her through the window and eating hay, angry, just getting after her net, and her net was going back and forth. So the other night when I went out to feed, it was so cute. She was falling asleep while she was eating. I've never, ever seen her do it. It was just like she would be eating. And for a second, I'm like, oh, baby, are you okay? Which this is going to lead me to some other couple things I just have to tell all y'all about this amazing product and how it's working with our kids beyond the sarcoids, healing our baby's sarcoids. But she was like, and I'm like, because she normally, you guys, I have to separate them, or she'll go eat both. She's like, I want his, so I have to. So once I figured out, I'm like, oh my God, you're like eating half asleep. You literally are. So I just wanted to share that because I have never ever. And then when she kind of woke up, it was like, oh, and then she's back just going after it like she always does, right? It was just so cute. But the other thing I do want to tell everybody out there, so our baby boy Boski, he has HYPP. He's NH. And that has been, I'd never heard of that in my life until we got our precious beloved babies. So there was a lot of learning curves, and I have to be really, really, really careful about what I feed our baby boy Bo. I have to be so careful about his potassium intake. Literally, the wind can blow the wrong direction, and that has set off episodes before. He's had bad ones. He's had really bad ones. He's had really scary ones. He's had some where it was affecting his breathing. I mean, to where it was almost an emergency call. It was very scary. And even learning about it was, Olivia, you and I were talking about tying up the other day, right? And my instinct, because I didn't know he had it, I had no idea. We came home from Texas from being on the road because there was a time right when we got our precious beloved children, all of a sudden we had to seriously hit the road. And so we were gone a lot. And this was in the middle of summer, like July. And, obviously your kids are going to be sweating a lot. He was sweating from nose to tail. He was dripping. And like something's not right here, and I just assumed he was tying up. And thank God I didn't do what you would do if he was tying up and try to give him electrolytes and all the things, right? But we just immediately cooled him off as best we could, hosed him off, got him settled. And my sweetheart of a man, because we didn't have like our amazing vet that we had back then, sweet Doc, who's more therapist than vet. I love you, Doc. He is still with us and kicking it at 80 something years old, but he's retired now. But that's where we knew him. And I know I'm talking a lot, but it was very scary to learn about this issue. I'd never heard of it. So like I said, we just did what seemed instinctively the right thing to do. Sam literally went inside and started researching and came out of the house because, like I said, we didn't have the vet to call in that moment yet. Right. And said, I think I figured it out. I think I know what's going on. So luckily, that's kind of how we figured it out. Yeah. And he's had episodes, and you know what? Knocking on this hardwooden table and the old barn wood that came from the old barn that was here when we first moved in, that was leaning towards Aunt Nancy's. He has not had one since he's been on stable feet. So I wanted to really stress that today on this live stream, because I know that can be really hard and frustrating for folks when you're trying to figure out what's safe, what's not safe, and it can be a scary thing. It works great, and he's not on any medication.
Right. So he's on the Seasons Bio blend of feed, which is the same point-based feed with anywhere from 9 to 19 herbs in it, depending on the season. So we change it. Not a lot, but enough so that throughout the season, the horse's body is getting the support for the system that's going to be the most taxed at that time of year. So if it's springtime, it's going to be hormones and immune system. If it's summertime, it's going to be immune system gut health, because now you've got your horses in competition and they're traveling everywhere. And you've got a lot of particulate matter with things kind of blooming and then dying and blooming and dying. In the fall, then you're going to have more immune health issues, and you have glucose regulation, which is another one in the spring. So you have glucose regulation when you have the frost that comes in, and the grass gets it, sugar content goes high, lots of colic, lots of laminitis. So, and then wintertime, liver and kidney really get put to the test because they're eating dead grass, dead hay. And so they're pushing a lot of that through. So there are very safe herbs. We don't use any of the ones that are the Ayurvedic medicines because they'll test, and we don't put anything in that'll test for a horse that's in performance. But there are a lot of perfectly safe things like dandelion roots and dandelion leaves and milk thistle, cleavers. There are a lot of herbs that don't have the potency of a medicine, I guess, more of the medicinal. And we include those, we shift those so that we can provide support to those horses, including horses like Bo, because, it becomes really important for those horses to have that shift to support their functional and systemic, their systemic function.
I'm like a kid. I've got my,
Oh.
This is the blend right now. I told sweet Mary and Olivia when our delivery came, was it yesterday? You guys are so amazing. I mean, y'all, they are feeding both of our children, okay, every month, and have been doing so since August. And I am just so grateful. And so we started, so October, was that when we started the season's biome blend, right? I think that's right. And we initially started with the carrot chia and with the spirulina boosted chia with Boski right at first, doing all that. And now they're getting Sane Foin too, so they're getting that as well. And it's so cool for all of my beautiful hippie chick cowgirl mamas and mamas out there. I was like a 12-year-old yesterday, and every time, you guys, I do this, I'm like, oh look, this has changed. So it's gone from, it's so cool. I didn't even know there's spirulina in the new bags. This is like, I'm like, there's spirulina in here, and then there's beetroot powder. I mean, you guys, this is the stuff that you want to be giving to your children, your beloved children. This is the healthy stuff that's going to heal them from the inside out. It's the stuff we want to be giving ourselves too, and it's just it's amazing. And they just practically bolt. They do. I mean, they have wonderful boundaries. We have worked really hard together to have our boundaries, but I mean, they can't get enough of it. And oh, I got to tell you too, baby girl used to have a lot of spasmodic colic. And I just realized I need to acknowledge our beautiful sister Carol and our beautiful brother Mark and our beautiful sister Pam. They have some really cool questions.
Mark, you can eat this.
Yes, exactly. Brother Mark, you can, and it will heal you, brother. It will heal you.
Well, it won't kill you. I don't know if it'll heal you, but it won't kill you.
And some of they do taste pretty good. I've never tried the spirulina, but my boyfriend.
So good.
My boyfriend Chase has, and he shared a bag with my dog for a while.
My husband loves it.
Yeah, I've never tried it. But.
Yeah. You must. You must. It's
so you pulls off the spirulina and the beetroot. So spirulina is for immune support, obviously. That's why we give it to Bo. Yeah. The beetroot powder is in there because for horses with laminitic events coming in the springtime, one of the big markers for that is they have slowed circulation down to their feet. You want to boost nitric oxide production, that's something the body creates to keep everything moving down to the feet. Beetroot powder helps increase nitric oxide production. So we put beetroot powder into the formulation because if we can bump circulation for these horses, and if we can spare 1 out of 10 horses a laminitic episode, then that's a really great day. Whether we know it or not, it's a really great day. If that horse owner goes with a spring and a fall and doesn't recognize why they haven't had laminitis when typically they do, we don't care. But we put those in there very specifically so that we can try to provide support to the horse, to the horse's body. And if the horse doesn't need to bump their nitric oxide production, they're not going to.
I was gonna say, did you read this?
And so it's fine. So the supplement to help a horse with Cushing's disease. So Carol, the feed is wonderful for horses with Cushing's disease. It's low sugar, low starch. It's all food based. It's 76.4% bioavailable. So it's 100% more bioavailable than the next closest competition. So we're talking over 100% more bioavailable than almost any feed on the market. So your horse is using all of that. When you think about Cushing's, people go Cushing's disease. A lot of these diseases, the root of it as a nutritionist we worked with is called dis-ease. The body is in dis-ease. And if you can provide the pituitary gland and the thyroid and the endocrine system with what they need to properly support the system. So they're putting out their cortisol and their hormones and steroids and things within the body normally. All of that helps the Cushing's horse because the Cushing's horse just has malfunction in the pituitary gland. So if you can feed things to the horse that help those systems fire properly, it goes a long ways toward easing some of the strain on the body that you're trying to do with medications and other things. So we Indigo Ancestral Health has just done and is doing a series on metabolic horses, and you can go into their Facebook page and you can listen to all of them. It is possible using foods to reverse some of these metabolic diseases in the horse's body when you catch them soon enough to reduce the amount of medication some of these horses are on, and in some instances eliminate them altogether. So that's the point of doing things the way we do, is to give these horses foods that have the ability to create a functional change in the body, the way the horse's body is meant to work, and either create or restore or just maintain them at a very high level of health.
Yeah.
So the biome blend of food, Carol, is what you would be looking for your Cushing's horse.
And I love it, sweet sister Carol.
It's so good.
Oh my God. It smells so good.
You open the bag and it smells like, well, right now it smells like spring because it is the spring blend, right? But it doesn't have grains in it. It's not made with byproducts and waste. We're not taking ultra processed waste and ultra processing it again. We're not chemically treating anything. We're not adding in synthetics. Everything was formulated with food.
Yeah. I call it raw dog food, but for horses. Like feeding raw, but it's but it's for horses. Or like everyone call it, species appropriate, things like that. But yeah, in simple terms, I'm like, it's like feeding raw to your dog, but feeding real food to your horse.
Right. And you don't need a lot of it because it's so bioavailable. You just need a little bit and then you give them hay.
Speaking of just how amazing the product is, because I can't say enough. Our kids are so shiny, you guys. Oh my God. I know I even sent y'all more pictures this morning because it's like, just like, and I think shinier than they've been in a long time.
Yeah.
And just watching how they're shedding out. It's truly amazing. And I can't say enough because it's a beautiful thing to get to work with people who have not only incredible products that are made with so much love and care and that are incredible. I mean, they're truly incredible products. And then they're made by such beautiful souls. I mean, you can tell, Mary and Olivia, and we haven't met Chase but
because we hand make all of our chia supplements.
Yeah.
So every box, if you buy a box, every box is handmade by our fabulous kitchen ladies. And then obviously we don't hand make the pelleted feed, but we used to hand blend it and hand bag it like bucket by bucket. So I will say that, like all of us like that. That's not just one or two people that aren't here. Like all of us do that. So, we're a pretty small company still, but yeah.
But it's so
shaped women right there. I'm just telling you.
Well, you know what's so funny is that what we're talking about, while it sounds like super awesome and it is, it always amazes me because what we're talking about is just food.
Yeah.
Right? There are times when I feel like I've said to Olivia, I feel like such a fraud because, you know, we're just taking food and we're pulling away waste products and ultra processed garbage. Our horses were turned into industry's garbage cans in the 70s. I mean, that's where industry's waste goes, is into dog and horse food.
Ugh.
And we're just saying, no, we're done with that. And I'm looking for either species appropriate food, or at this point, food that can repair the body of the horse after generational hits to it from feeding all of those ultra processed things. But it's just remarkable that we're all sitting here oohing and eyeing over food. You know, who knew?
I know I'm getting hungry. I may dig into that box right here.
Well, we should probably have you sing before you do that.
Yeah.
You need to sing
Happening.
something, you know?
Oh yeah, I could do that. Sweet Sister
Yeah.
Carol also asked you guys, is it available in the UK? And it is, right?
We can ship it into the UK. We can look at what that looks like, Carol. We ship our supplements because, of course, that's easier. They're smaller packages. When we do that, we do say to people, because of the cost of shipping and all of that, more is less expensive. So, but we do ship quite a bit of the spirulina chia into the UK and the other chia products. We have shipped our feed and our sane point into the UK. Emergently for a woman riding badminton who just decided when she was flying from Aachen, Germany, that she would just stop over for 6 weeks in England, and she and Palm Crescent would run badminton. And so she messaged and said, is there any way you can get feed to the UK? And I don't like to say I can't do things. So I, of course, said, sure, we can do that, having no idea how we would, but we did. So, so yes, we can ship there. We can run shipping and see what it would cost to get it there for you if you'd like.
I was gonna say, you wouldn't be able to do it directly on our website, so just email us, but any contact button literally gets to myself or Mary. So it looks all fancy, like sales at Stable Feed, but you're looking at them.
But you've got really limited choices.
Yeah.
You get to talk to the real deal. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolute real deal. Wonderful thing.
Awesome.
Wonder if I can you
All right, so what are you going to sing?
I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna try Believe. I'll do that one. I'll do that.
Awesome.
I'm missing my man. You know, I'm like I'm relaxing, and because he usually plays the gorgeous guitar on this, but I'll do my level best. I'm so happy, and I just want to thank all the sweet souls. Oh, Carol's so sweet, and Brother Mark, and Sister Pam, and gosh, Dee, and everybody, and Vicki Lynn. This is so cool. I'm happy. All right, this was inspired by the amazing Buck Brannaman, and let's see what happens. Hope you love with all your heart. Always finish what you start. And if the road gets rough, I hope you stay the course. And that you always choose your battles well. When you need it, ask for help and fight like hell for what's worth fighting for. Keep the sunshine on your face, the cold wind at your back. Hope you laugh until you cry, and cry until you laugh. Count your blessings every day. Don't forget to dream. And above all else, believe. I hope you're always doing something that you truly love, but don't forget to take the time to breathe. 'Cause fear can hold you back, don't let it. You can do it, don't forget it, never quit. And above all else, believe. Keep the sunshine on your face, the cold wind at your back. Hope you laugh until you cry, and cry until you laugh. And count your blessings every day. Don't forget to dream. and above all else, believe. There's freedom and forgiveness, and honesty will get you everywhere. No matter what, you're always learning, even if you might not know it. Wisdom can come from anywhere. Hope you let go of the reins when you feel the slightest change. Don't forget to celebrate the try. If that pony bucks you off, I hope you'll always get back on and ride. Keep the sunshine on your face, the cold wind at your back. Hope you laugh till you cry and cry till you laugh. Count your blessings every day. Don't forget to dream. And above all else, believe. Yeah, above all else, believe. Thank you all. If you wondered why I was looking down, I was watching this little tick make his or her way.
Oh.
Leg. So we're just gonna.
Nice.
Sorry, little ticky tick.
Oh.
That time of year, isn't it? Yikes, a bee. Oh man.
Yeah, I had to come out of my chair over that.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
I was just watching, like, hello, and just slowly. They're pretty fast, I have to say.
Oh,
They're pretty fast.
I was gonna say, so not the other day, it was last year, but my dog lays in our bed when we're not there, and Chase found a tick in our bed, like on his side of the bed. Oh my gosh, I've never seen him like strip the bed faster, and like, so yep, they give me the heebie-jeebies.
I couldn't sleep there for a week.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to sleep there for a week.
Nope.
I know.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's bizarre to me how they just and the seed ticks. Do you guys get the little teeny tiny?
Yep, the deer ticks, those are the bad ones.
Oh man, I think
I had one in my ear once.
Oh, I had one in my ear and it swelled up.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Nice, Sam. We hope you're feeling better.
Oh, he gave us applause. He did say
He did.
He did. Bless his heart. Yeah, he's just a little puny, but he will be back to a gazillion trillion % before we...
I have a weird question. Do you have a name for your guitar?
Oh wow, that's not a weird question. I call her Gildy Girl, Olivia, because she's a guild. She's a guild, and I've had her. It's kind of shiny, isn't it? I've had her since I moved to town. And I love this guitar. My mom and my dad both bought this guitar for me, and I'm very grateful.
So nice.
And that says a lot because they've been divorced a real long time, so they got together and did that. It's really sweet. That's a testament. That was really kind of them. God bless them. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. That was really cool. And I'll tell you, and that you're like, oh Lord, just opened up a can of worms because you know me, I'm a talker. But this guitar, because I'm a lefty, but I'm not. That's a whole other story. But I play left-handed. It's because of a really bad horse wreck long ago. So when I moved to Nashville, I mean, I knew how to play right-handed some, so I had to switch and all that stuff, which was a bit tricky and really awkward. But you just can't find they're just not, back then anyway, long ago. There weren't many really nice lefty guitars, really. Like and still, honestly, when you go into a guitar shop, like it's Sam's dream. He's in there just playing every like gorgeous guitar you can think of, and then there's like one lefty, So this guitar was not a lefty in the shop, and I just said, she's pretty. Can she be a lefty? And so they made her a lefty. They created a lefty for me.
My dad, I don't know what, I actually have never asked him what inspired him to start playing guitar, but so my dad started playing guitar within the last couple years, I think. Like he goes to like lessons and everything. And so, yeah, I believe my mom got him another guitar for his birthday or something or whatever. And so he loves to show that. And then he actually bought Chase a guitar for Christmas 2 years ago. But it's bless his heart. It's so, I find it, I'll say funny, but that's mean. When I walked in one of the first days that he was playing, it was when he first started, and he was like, live, quick, name that tune. And I mean, it was just like, dong, dong, dong. And I was like trying to be like, I maybe know it, you know, like, but then even for like my birthday, so he's like, oh, I could play happy birthday for you. Like, come over and we'll play happy birthday. So, but
Awesome.
yeah, no, so he's committed. He goes to lessons and everything. He gets a little mad when the guy like tells him, okay, you're gonna play this song. My dad's like, well, I don't want to play that song. Can I play a different song? So.
Oh, I feel him when you guys, I do. And speaking of dads playing guitars, my dad is awesome. Like, I hope maybe my dad and your dad can get together, because my dad is a big reason why I love Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's who influenced that. And he just loves bluegrass, and he loves to pick and grin, and he's a precious soul.
Lawyer.
Yeah. No, he is not. He was a bad mamma jamma professional airline pilot captain for Continental long ago. You know, he's been retired for a while, but an incredible pilot, an absolute incredible pilot. And my sweet mamacita, if she's watching, my beautiful mamacita, her singing is getting better. But y'all, you know, I was talking to someone about this the other day. Maybe we were talking about this, like, thank God we all do the different things that we do, right? Because it would be a really boring place. My mom can paint. Oh my God, she's such an amazing artist. I mean, she does horses so beautifully. She actually, you can't probably see, and it's hard to, but she did that painting back here, and it's one of my favorite paintings of hers.
Horses.
Yeah, the running horses. I just love.
Olivia's moving us out of the sunlight.
Direct.
Oh, see,
There we
Brad,
go.
you're talking about. I wonder if it got sunny again, because I had this crazy idea that maybe, you know, as we wind down today, that I could leave the studio and then go downstairs and then come back on, and everyone can say hi to our kids if they wanted to, or I could pop back on and just leave the Stable Feed logo up there, and we could just do a little hippie chick cowgirl check-in, just giving everybody love.
So do you have a favorite hero artist?
Bonnie Raitt. That's hard. There's so many, but Bonnie Raitt just kind of comes to.
Her raspy voice is the best.
Yeah, I just I'm a big fan. But that is tough though, because you know the women I just talked about, like Linda Ronstadt, Dolly, Emmy Lou. Oh my God! And then you get into like the dudes, like the Eagles and
Oh yeah.
Goldberg.
Yeah.
You know those folks that they just amaze me. We used to, this beautiful soul who we used to know, who has gone on. He's now a heavenly angel. He's in the Heavenly Angel band, but his name was Kenny Edwards. And if you're ever listening to a Linda Ronstadt record, especially, and like the Stone Ponies, because they were all in a band together. So Kenny, once you know Kenny's voice, he's the bass player, just killer singer, and just and killer writer, one of the sweetest souls you'll ever meet in your whole life. And it just breaks my heart, because I knew we were going to make more music together, me and Sam and Kenny. And we got to meet him when I had my first publishing deal in Nashville, and became family just instantly. Once you hear Kenny's voice and then you go back and listen to those records, you know, you can't not hear him. It's really fun to be able to pick out his voice. And once you know it, it's like any record you hear of hers, you'll just go, oh, that's Kenny Edwards. You can hear him. It's really neat. He was truly something. We got to write a few songs with him, so that makes me happy.
The other thing I wonder about is, you know, so many of your songs include horses, the theme horses.
Yeah.
So was there a particular horse that started you on that path, that just inspired that first song where you said, I'm going to write about that horse? Or is it just horses in general?
Wow. I think that's a real, wow, Mary, amazing. That's a really great question. You know, that's a hard one, because I can't pinpoint. It's all of them. It's all of them. It's all the precious beloved babies I've had before. our Jane and Arboski and our Jane and Arboski now, and then other people's babies I've gotten to love on when I had to give up horses for a while to move to Nashville, and so I would find I would find babies to go love on. I did all kind of jobs before I got my my first publishing deal, and some of that was mucking out 40 stalls a day and then working a retail job just so I could be with the beautiful four-leggeds, because I'm just better when I'm with them, right? We're just better when we're with them. Yeah. So that's kind of the long answer, but I will tell you this, like Girls and Horses.
Oh, I love that
Girls
song.
and Horses. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That one just kind of, it's me and our baby girl Jane and our baby boy Bo. It's like we all just started writing it together, and God, great creator, Mother Earth, Father Sky, the universe, just all, everyone. And it just kind of evolved. But I do remember when we had our round pen set up at a different place on our little piece of heaven here. And it was when I was just enjoying. I remember one day literally being in the round pen with baby girl and just being on her bareback and bridleless. And the first time she backed up, and we were actually working on that song together. It was coming. And I remember like she just started moving her feet. Like I barely touched her, her mane right at the wither. And I'm like, oh. So that kind of stuff was like going on as that song was evolving, and that stuff, just how they teach us to ask. I'd never done that kind of stuff when I was your age, Olivia. I didn't know that kind of stuff. I didn't know you could do that. And it's not me doing it, it's them doing it, but how we can work with them and learn from them and understand how to ask. It still just boggles my mind that she'll do that. And Boski did that the other day. I was just touching his little butt, his precious little big gorgeous butt, and walking on back, it's just mind-boggling. They just amaze me. I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Much smarter animals than we give them credit for, right?
Right. If they were running the world would be a better place, right? I mean,
Well, I've got birds that run my world. Let me tell you, this morning I'd rescued a dove 5 years ago, and she comes back every spring, and we know when she's back because she stomps around in the snow and says, "I'm back, put food out."
You see like this is no joke. Like I go to water her plants when she's gone, and all of a sudden you get this weird feeling of like someone's watching me. And then also you look and there's that dove sitting at the top of the roof. And I mean, my dog is like barking, running around, whatever. And she's sitting there looking down like, excuse me, who are you at my house? Like, does Mary know you're here?
Yeah, she's had several babies, and she brings them to her blue cutting board. We put out a blue cutting board because they can see blue apparently. And we put the food out on that. So my husband had said there was a statistics saying that dove populations are going down. They're not. They're just all living at my house.
They're all at Mary's.
They're all at my house. So this morning, because I'm getting over this cold, I'm sitting at the kitchen table working, and like with Olivia, you feel somebody's looking at you. So I look out, and it's not the dove that I rescued. It's a different dove. But this different dove is very clearly saying to me, excuse me, could you put food out? We're out over here, walking between, right. Oh yeah, fresh water. Oh, you can't, you need.
It can't sit overnight.
Can't sit overnight because that's
gross.
Oh, well, we don't want to have that.
No. Yeah, no. So, but seriously, going from the cutting board and looking at me and then walking halfway to the patio door, and it's about 10 feet, 10, 12 feet. And then looking at me very deliberately, and then looking back at the cutting board, and then back at me like, so, yep. So it's a thing. So animals, if we pay attention, they actually can communicate quite a bit. So
like Ro communicates so our 2-year-old horse, he's a large baby. He's like 16 hands. But so when he's like done working, he won't just like walk away. He'll all of a sudden look at you and then turn around and slowly back his butt up into you so that you can scratch his butt. very deliberate and it's very obvious. And then he'll turn and look back like, hey,
You're
kind of
not
tell
doing
me.
enough to like get back after it there. Yep.
Yep.
Well,
exactly.
and it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I probably shouldn't have like praised that when he was like really little. But no, I mean, it's not like he like rams you or, you know, runs you over or anything.
No.
It's just.
Well, I was just curious. There were so many. So is Girls and Horses, is that something you can sing without Sam?
I could definitely do that. It's way more fun with my man. I see you there, my baby. Wait, he's commenting.
I know.
I'll say if
he's
he
trying to
has
get
any
in that.
suggestions.
Yeah,
what
he's
should
waiting
he-
for that guitar from London.
Oh yeah, sweet sister Carol talked about it. Oh, see,
Yeah, I think he's feeling better.
I think he is feeling better. Oh man, you guys, we entered a contest. You know me, always dreaming big, and I figured, well, you won't know if you don't know, and it's for professional singer-songwriters of a certain age, which I'm like, yes, finally. And, you know, I know it's like, I mean, but I'm dreaming big, but I know the odds. But if whoever wins gets to go record at Abbey freaking Road.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously.
Oh.
I know, right? Oh my God.
Do you know what you would know, because you know Linda Ronstadt. Okay, she knows.
Yeah.
There are probably a lot of young people who have no idea the significance of Abbey Road.
No.
I know, exactly. That's so true. And it's wonderful when beautiful souls like Olivia, like you do know, because it's wheelhouse stuff. That's there's just nothing. I mean, there's amazing music is music, and it's beautiful, and there's amazing music everywhere. But it makes me happy to know that, you know, that's iconic. It's iconic music that continue to influence generations, and I do pray that it continues to, because it's just so real. It's like people singing like they talk, you know, like it just feels like a conversation. It feels real.
Yep, very authentic.
Feels authentic. That's the word. And speaking of authentic, I'll do my level best. It's gonna be real, so we'll see what happens. But all
right, if it goes sideways, we'll blame Sam.
Yeah, exactly. See, it's gonna be all you. Oh yay! Oh, thank you, baby. You're so sweet. I love you, my darling. Oh, and his album is coming along famously, y'all. It's so beautiful. And just to say thanks to everybody, all you guys, for supporting his crowdfunding project. I'm so grateful. It's just it's a blessing. All right, let's see what happens, and y'all just sing along if you wanna. Yeah, yeah. Well, she talks about him, dreams about him, thinks about him all the time. She's got to have him, be lost without him. And you can see it in her eyes. What is it? What is it with girls and horses? She says, now when I was a young girl, they were my whole world. They were my one safe place. Now that I'm older, I still lean on their shoulders. I still feel like that girl some days. What is it? What is it with girls and horses? And sometimes I wanna give up and throw up my hands and say, enough's enough. But that's when I go inside of love and run away till I'm okay, till I'm not afraid of staying in the game. Maybe that's what it is. about him, and I dream about him. Live to love him, love to ride, always have him, be lost without him. His magic and nose, gentle eyes. What is it? What is it with girls and horses? What is it? What is it with girls and horses? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Girls and horses. Girls and horses. I'd be lost without him. I'd be so lost without him. Girls and horses.
Love it. I love that song.
Oh, thank y'all.
The first time I heard it, I'm like, yep, gonna play this one 3 times on the way to the barn.
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you. That's so sweet. I'm so that so many songs. I think every song is just we catch them. You know, they're little gifts that fall from the sky, and a lot of them, like that one, like I said, it was just coming. You know, and some of them make you work harder. And just really grateful. Really grateful. Oh, thanks, you guys. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all so nice.
All right. Well, we have had you here for an hour, almost an hour and 15 minutes, dear. That's a long time.
I could stay here all day.
It's been fun.
Can I get excited? I'm like a little 12-year-old.
Okay.
But I wanted to make sure to tell all my horsey parents too in regards to your amazing products. Because I know we've talked about this too. Our baby girl Jane, it's just because I hope no one has this issue, but she used to have a lot of spasmodic colic, a lot of it. Like it was almost like sometimes it was starting to get like, you know, every 2 weeks, really drawn up in her sides and just really cramping.
That's scary.
None of that since stable feed. So gonna knock this piece of wood too. Gotta do that. Yep, more of that. So, I mean, that's really cool because I would love it because you've taught me so much, Mary and Olivia, about about Saint Foin. And I had never heard of it, as you know, and I was like, oh, how do you pronounce it? Saint Foin. I love all the fun different pronunciations and what it means. Would you guys talk about that? It's amazing.
Sure, you should.
Grab a picture of yours.
I hate to, and I know.
Oh, yes. Olivia's going to grab a picture. So Saint Foin, for people who don't know, it's a really ancient forage legume. It's been around. They call it holy hay because it was allegedly under the tushy of the baby Jesus. So, you know, it's been around for a little while here.
Oh, the reflection.
No, the reflection is pretty
Oh,
rough.
wait. Oh, I always forget. This is a Saint Foin field. That's our Saint Foin field
that pink.
in Montana.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Isn't that pretty?
It's
Gorgeous.
ridiculously beautiful.
I want to go. When are we going?
End of June is when it looks like that. It's stunning. You come over a rise and it's just the landscape is just pink and it's about 3 feet tall and blowing, and there are birds and bees and every animal, elk and antelope and deer, they're all hanging out in this, right? It's where the deer and antelope really do play.
Right.
But it's got some unique properties. So it's a forage legume like alfalfa, but it has more nutrients, more amino acids, and more of those amino acids than alfalfa does. So when I was researching the microbiome and trying to figure out, well, if I can do this with chia supplements, what if I make a feed? What can I do for the biome? How can I do better? And I read about Saint Foin, and the closest place for me to get it was England. So Carol, you can get it in the Cotswolds. It is non-gas producing. So if you have a horse that has spasmodic colic or has gas issues, this is not only non-gas producing, but at about 25-30% of it in the horse's hay diet, you can mitigate gas production from other foods as well. So from that standpoint, for those horses, I think it's a real benefit. It is a really high quality protein source. It's got a higher tannin level to it than alfalfa and the other forages that we have. So the tannin is just a plant compound, but it works like a little jacket almost around the sainfoin, like a little coat.
Mhm.
So when it goes through the gastrointestinal tract with that little coat on, it's anti-inflammatory because of its those qualities. Anti-inflammatory, and it's a hemostatic. So if you have a horse that has ulcers or they've got some inflammation in their gut, now you're providing them with something that is soothing. It's just naturally soothing for them, and it can stem blood flow and it can reduce that inflammation. And that tannin allows it to go all the way from the stomach all the way back into the hindgut. Not all of it gets digested along the way, but you do have that going on in the hindgut now as well. So you get higher protein utilization. So you can feed less of it. You can have a better top line on your horse, a little more energy. They're not hot, but they've got energy now because it's slow burn energy instead of fast. So it's a natural wormer, natural anthelmintic. So because of the tannin, again, it makes an inhospitable environment for parasites. So if they hatch, they die, or they just don't hatch at all. Horses love the stuff. I mean, they love it.
Chase found that cool picture of
Oh.
what the sainfoin like actually does to make it the anthelmintic property or whatever.
Like
of, like,
erodes them.
it like, so basically the parasite cannot penetrate the gut wall and like stick there. It essentially erodes them, like disintegrates their little spine so that they can't stick to anything. So they go out. There's an actual picture of what the parasite looks like. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's both cool and gross at the same time.
Well,
right?
Cool growth.
Horse people.
Yeah.
So, and then if you think of it from a environmental standpoint, it's fantastic for bees, for pollinators. It fixes nitrogen, sequesters phosphates. It's just a gorgeous plant. It's just harder to grow, and we can't get as many cuttings of it. So they stopped growing it in the US about 120 years ago, like substantially growing it. They're small stands. Took me 6 months to find a small stand so I could experiment with it when I first wanted to bring it, to do something with it. So now we grow it. We have growers in Montana, and we've got hundreds of acres of it growing, like in that picture, that we grow clean, so no sprays. We put it on land that is not really useful for anything else because it grows in very, very horrible conditions. It's drought tolerant, so as rainfall and climate changes, as these things happen, we need plants that can still grow. So sainfoin is good for that. So for us, it's just a really cool, fun thing to do. And
It's pretty.
Yeah, and it's pretty.
I tell people that a lot with the bag.
Do you have
That
the
it's
It's beautiful.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have my fake bag, but
I'll go grab it.
it should be in the little closet.
Yeah.
Whenever people are like, "Oh, I love the packaging," I'm like, "We got really fortunate that the plant is beautiful and pink." It's like we could make a pretty packaging if it wasn't pretty, but it's just an added bonus that it's pretty.
Yeah. And and speaking to that too, because I can't. I'm just, you know me. I dream big, so I can't wait till we're like making music videos and things out.
Yeah, we had riders sign it, so normally it doesn't have that. But
Girls and Horses, Templeton. What is it about girls and horses?
What is it? Oh, look at this. I love your art is just so beautiful. I swear to God, y'all's packaging and whoever that artist is too. It's just, you guys, y'all do everything to the absolute, like, it goes way past 11, like they say on Spine.
This is Jackie Oakley, a Quebec Canadian
artist. She did all of the
chia,
all the chia and the
insanely
cinnamon.
talented.
She's
But that's what a sainfoin field looks like.
Yeah.
It's a little more dense than that. In fact, when we were out there, the deer were standing in it, and all you could see were the little tips of their ears like sticking out. Yeah, because it was so tall and so thick. It was just the cutest thing.
That is so awesome. That is awesome. Well, and yeah, like you said, our kids, if I go out and play with them and we film, it's like I'm getting knocked down. They're just like, I want the bag. Get the bag. I want that
I was
now.
going to say, today we filmed for a Facebook ad we're doing with Monty, so Mary's horse. And the goal of it was we had the camera at the end of the stall aisle and then a bag of Saint Foin cut open. And so he was just supposed to walk up to it, and like all aesthetic, right? Walk up to it and put his head in the bag and eat. And then what was supposed to happen was he was supposed to come up for air midway and chew. But that did not happen, to the point where I was like trying to distract him and his whole head is in it. And I'm like, dude. And so I'm like clapping and he's doing nothing, to the point where I literally lifted his head out and his mouth was just full of it. And he's holding his head all weird of like, that was a lot. I'm like, well, yeah, you got to stop and chew. Like, my goodness. So poor Grace, Grace was like, okay, like we can, do another take. I'm like, hold on, we have to wait for him to actually chew. I mean, it took like a minute or two because he just shoved his whole head in there and got the whole thing. So yeah, if you leave an open bag out, they will try to sit and eat it all in one sitting.
They will attack.
We got the shot, so it's fine. It was real hard work for him today to do that. But
yeah, well, that's asking a lot.
Movie star life is what I told him.
Yeah, hang out.
It's just so good, and we tell a lot of people that even if you just take this and you add this into your horse's diet, the more you can diversify their diet, right? The more diversity you can bring to their microbiome, to their bodies, because out in the wild or even in a ungroomed pasture, they'll eat 25 to 30 different types of plant a day.
Isn't that amazing?
So, they eat more like deer. We feed them like cows. So if you can do that, so we actually have quite a few people who, they'll feed basically a forage diet and it's a mixed hay and maybe they have a vitamin mineral supplement, but they'll have the Saint Foin on hand too. So they can throw their vitamin mineral supplement in with just the Saint Foin. And that just brings a whole host of different polyphenols and nutrients and micronutrients to the horse's diet that they're not getting through any of the other forages. So that's one of the most important things of how we view what we do with the feed and things is just that diversify. Species appropriate, of course, but diversify the diet. And Saint Foin's just wonderful for that. It's a great base for us to work off of.
Yeah. And I tell you, as a very backyard horse mama, I'm so grateful for what we have, the land we have for our babies, but we're on a small property, 3 acres. Obviously it gets really nibbled down, and it's pretty beat up. Obviously we feed hay 365. But it's so cool because there's so much not out there because it is overgrazed, really at the end of the day. So having the dandelion, having all these wonderful herbs that they, like you said, would naturally be good. Right. It's such a joy for me. It makes me feel really good as a mama, knowing that they're getting these things that nature, it's hard for me to offer them out in the pasture because they just eat it all down and then there's really nothing. So
right.
It makes me feel good as a mama.
And for farmers too, right? If you were to have your dandelion field and your pasture go crazy, your farmer next door might have something to say about that.
Right.
So,
yeah.
They might not appreciate burdock root and, milk thistle in their crops. So, so they can't forage for themselves. So we basically forage for them is essentially what we've done. Yeah. So we buy weeds and feed them to your horse.
Exactly. I love it. Beautiful, wonderful weeds. And speaking of weeds, I just wanted to say that another thing that I love about, and Mary has already spoken to this, as has Olivia, but just the fact that this is a natural, completely natural, beautiful, authentic food, wonderful food source for your babies. And up until a couple, and I remember I talked your ears off about this, Sweet Mary, the first time we talked to. I think that was in the first conversation. One of the amazing, beautiful souls in our family, one of those incredible attorneys, we lost him during the pandemic to a tick bite, by the way. And you know what? That little booger, that tick not where. Oh boy. Anyway, somewhere in here, but we lost him to a tick bite. I still can't believe it. He was one of the amazing bad attorneys who took down Monsanto.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him and his beautiful wife, now widow, and that whole team. And I never really understood about glyphosate and what is getting put on everything. And it just breaks my heart. And now the more, now what I know now, and I get so frustrated. So it's a wonderful thing to know that we are feeding a clean, beautiful, wonderful raw food, like you were saying, Olivia, to our babies. It's completely healthy. There's no crap on it. There's no poison on it. I mean, at the end of the day, and we've learned so much about that, and just to give my Uncle Mikey some love, for that.
Oh, yeah, for me too. I tell you, I mean, seriously, goosebumps over that, because that is linked directly to the increase in metabolic disorders in horses. So it is, and it's not even the glyphosate; it's all of the other, chemicals that they put in with it, the surfactants and the adjuvants and all of the, there are fossil fuel type biodiesel extracts and things in this as well. So it isn't just glyphosate; it's a lot of stuff, and they're forever chemicals, and the use of it has exploded. But they disrupt your endocrine system and they cause neuropathy. So you're feeding your horse one of the popular commercial brands of food that's processed with hulls and Midlands and corn distillers grain, byproducts and things. Because those are such heavily sprayed plants, and they're not just heavily sprayed before they start growing. They're sprayed now when they are growing, and they're sprayed when they're desiccating them. They want it all to dry out at the same time. Your horse eats that. It has an impact on their body. And those things work by inhibiting the uptake of nutrients like manganese specifically. That doesn't just happen in plants. It inhibits the uptake of nutrients in horses and humans as well. So it's that's part of this too, is trying to get away from trying to educate people and say, look, we all want to have affordable or cheap horse food. However, how do you define cheap? You pay the money up front and have a healthy horse, or you pay money on the back end with a vet.
Yeah.
And you have a sad horse, and you have 10 or 15 years on medication with a horse that is just not living his best life, right?
Right.
Life expectancy in general.
And so it's also getting that word out that, the only way that's going to change is if we change, is if we say we're not going to buy that anymore.
Yep.
Or, and we're just going to feed hay and a vitamin mineral supplement. That, as long as it's not sprayed,
right,
is a better option, I think, than feeding most of the ultra processed foods, honestly, because they create ill health.
I'm just so proud of y'all for fighting the good fight. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and I'm proud of my Uncle Mikey and his widow and that whole team, and just learning. And I think we've told y'all about our sweet brother Howard at Contact Organics. Coming up with safe, non-toxic weed, killers that don't kill pollinators and that don't hurt anyone, and they work. And that's what's and so to be seeing the results with our babies, how your beautiful products are working for our babies. It's undeniable, and it's a wonderful thing to watch and see. And I'm really grateful, because I can't stress enough for everyone who is here with us today. And I want to say thank you to Brother Mark and Sister Carol and Sister Pam and everybody who's here.
Everybody for coming. Thank you.
Everybody for coming. I know these beautiful souls. I mean, literally, they're feeding our kids. They're feeding our big kids, and I eat the stuff too. I eat these wonderful products, so I'm sneaking a little bit too. And I think I told you this, Sweet Mary. I give a tiny bit of the boosted spirulina chia to our puppy dog Oak. That's one of those little fatty tumors, and I meant to tell you that it's starting to shrink.
Yeah.
So
Human dogs, we haven't done any tumors in humans, but I have no reason to believe that it wouldn't provide benefits to people as well. And the really fun thing is it's just food.
yeah, and it tastes so good.
It's very specific food that is very specific things, but it's what what nature makes available to us.
Yes.
We just have to be willing to seek it out, and once we seek it, bring it in and use it.
Yeah. I'm so grateful to y'all, and I'm just so grateful for this journey, and can't wait to share more with everyone out there about how our baby boy is doing and how our baby girl is doing, and all the fun stuff we get to do, like with our beautiful Stable Feed family. I love all you guys, and I love everyone out there who's watching, and thank y'all for wanting to learn about this incredible product, and to meet y'all, because it's been so much fun when we've done live streams, and y'all have popped on, and I'm so happy to let everyone, now they can put faces to names and know, really know y'all, and
when they write, they know who's answering.
Yeah,
exactly, and I know you guys already said that, but you guys are so open to questions, and you're, that day I called just rando, and you were so kind to me, and I've been telling everybody that too. When we were most recently at the Agala conference, I know I was telling you, Mary, that one of those beautiful women there, she's from Minnesota, and I wouldn't be surprised that she will probably call at some point, and I'm like, please call. Love to talk to folks and ask them questions, because they're beautiful, authentic, transparent, incredible souls. So I'm just really grateful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Carol. Yay. I'm so grateful. That's a UK connection, and it makes me happy. I'm very happy.
Great.
I'm grateful.
All right, Olivia. Olivia's the organizer for this. So
well, no, I Templeton's running the technology.
I don't know if I'm doing it very well.
But no, we have to go eat dinner. But thank you so much for coming on with us. We'll do it again.
We'll do it outside.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And actually in October, I don't know, we already have permission for you and Sam. Sam, you have till the end of September to get better here, dude.
Yeah.
A little bit of time.
The last weekend in September.
But we want you to come to Stable View for their big Oktoberfest event. So there are usually about 250 riders that are registered for that event. Barry's got a pub that he opens up at the end of it. So there's a Graze and Gaze. It's a beautiful facility in Aiken, South Carolina. He apparently just put in a new patio with a fire pit, they did a lot of stuff with it. There's a spa that's going in there, so all sorts of fun things. But we'll have you playing there. So for any of the people in the South, they could come over and watch the event and listen in too. Be kind of fun.
We're gonna have fun. We have so much fun stuff to do together.
I know.
So excited, and if I don't know what the weather is right now outside. I mean, I don't hear thunder. I don't hear any rain. So if it is kind of cleared off, I may just I'll sign out of here with us, and then I might just go out and give our precious beloved children some of their favorite, chia Stable Feed biscuits, and do a little hippie chick cowgirl check-in. So if everyone wants to see, y'all can see how shiny. And this is one more thing I have to say, and I know I'm talking a lot, and I know you guys got to go, and I know I'll just talk y'all's ears off, and you got to rest up, Sweet Mary. Rest that beautiful.
I need to get better for Kentucky next week.
Yeah, you do. So, and you're gonna, and
I am, absolutely.
Entertainer Secret apple cider vinegar, right? Organic apple cider vinegar and water, all those things. And of course you have the the best, the Manuka honey. You have the stuff.
I've got that. I've got immunolin too. I've got a little immunoglobulin thing here that I've been taking every day too.
Oh, okay.
So, it goes into some of our things we'll talk about another time.
Okay. Well, I'm grateful, and I think because I have not eaten today, that would have been, I think I ate a couple tomatoes, so maybe I should think about that too. So speaking of eating food and wonderful organic food, I'll do that, and I know you guys got to do that and go feed all of our children. They're amazing stable feed meals. So I'm just excited. I love you guys. And
Love you too, Templeton. Thank you for your time tonight and for singing.
oh, you're welcome. And we're going to do so much more. And I'm just happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy all of y'all, all of our beautiful family out there are getting to know these beautiful souls. So we love y'all, all of y'all.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Thanks.
Bye, you guys. Love y'all.